Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. Man, look at that. That right there is the moon. It looks like I can go touch it, but that I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. But this is how high up we are on the mountain. That is the moon right there. In the sky. See the glowing light? That is the moon. It just looks like I could just grab it. But, I mean, because it's just right above that treetop and not so high. But that's how high up we are right now. And there's the moon. Okay, let me get to it because that's almost about to get dark and I have to get all the way back down this mountain. Okay, let me be quiet. Okay, we're going to be in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verses 10 through 11. And this is what God is saying. Verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Verse 11. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Now I'm going to repeat those. 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. 11. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. And everything that you do, every trial that you face, and every challenge that comes your way, you need to know that you have no reason to be afraid or worried. God has gone to the ends of the earth to assure you that He has got you covered. He will keep you at rest. He will strengthen you. He will see you through the tough times no matter what. You're supposed to go to God in times of trouble. You're supposed to go to Him about everything. He's your Father. How many of you guys just sit there and talk to your parents and tell them almost about any and everything, or go to them about this situation or about that? Well, God is your Father. It's the same thing. You should be able to go and talk to Him about any and everything. When you're happy, when you're sad, when you're stressed out. But this Father can do amazing things. See, He has mighty power. He can bring you through situations that you can't even fathom. He can lift you up, pick you up on top of mountains, pick you up out of, the wilderness when you're lost and starving and hungry. He can do things for you that you can't even fathom. Knowing that you got to remember that since God is all-knowing and He knew you, He knew what you was going to do before you was conceived in your mother's womb. That means He built this life just for you. So the life that you're living, the things that you're facing, the things that you are going through, you will be able to handle it. You're able to have the strength to make it through. Because God doesn't give you nothing that you cannot handle. It's something you're supposed to learn from, build your character of, to humble you, to strengthen you, to give you the courage that you didn't know you have. Because when you make it through, it's like, man, I didn't think I was going to make it through there, but I did. But some people just don't see that. They don't look back and see the things that they have overcome. And realize what a big change and a dramatic thing that has done to the character and how important they are. And just how strong they really are on the inside. A lot of people do not realize how strong they are until they grow through something so dramatic. So horrific. Now, we've all been there through times, and if we look back in the past and we was in a situation where we sit and go, man, I ain't gonna make it through it, there's no way I can make it. And then you know what, months later, years later, when you look back, it's like, I didn't think I was making it through it, but I did. You will always overcome everything that's being thrown at you. You was made to. The roller coaster is just a ride. Eventually, you will get off. You just got to hold on, say your prayers, and you'll make it through. Learn from it. Some people can say, well, what am I supposed to learn from this and learn from that? Sometimes it's not maybe something that specifically you have to learn from, but maybe it's because you were strong enough to go through it, that your strength and you're intelligent. When you meet somebody else who's going through the same thing, that you can help them get out of there, who didn't have such a high strength or the mindset that you have, and that without your encouraging words and without you and your testimony of coming through it, they can't make it through it. Because of you, they was able to. God uses everyone and everything for a lot of reasons, not just but simply for the reason what's right in front of your face. He has a great master plan. If you have not noticed, almost any and everything he does has more than one reasoning. There's like multiple, hundreds of them. If we was to connect the dots and everything that has to do with the Bible, there wouldn't be a spot left on the wall, but the string is not touching, connecting from one pin to the other. The whole wall will just be a whole, might as well just be a knitted blanket. With all the strings and all the connections go from here to there, point A, point B. I mean, you just can't count them. God is amazing like that. His intelligence like that, his uses, his knowledge. The way he uses us and guides us. The way he places things. See, we only like to thank God for the blessings that we may see. Or the blessings that we think that may be yet to come. But we fail to realize that we have hundreds of blessings each and every day. Every person we ever speak to, everything that we ever done, has a reasoning, has a meaning. And God procedurally placed each one of those there for either a correction, a lesson, and a blessing, which all three things are the same thing. You can't get a blessing without a lesson. Can't get a blessing without a correction. They're basically all the same thing. So a lot of people don't like to understand when it's like, oh, I don't understand. I don't like being corrected. I don't like having to go through these lessons. Well, then how can you sit there and ask God for all these blessings? In order to receive any kind of blessing, you have to go through some kind of lesson. You got to go through some kind of correction about yourself. Because they're all tied together. They're all in, it's like a 3-in-1. So we got to be thankful. That's why he says you need to be thankful in all things. No matter what your situation is. No matter what it looks like. No matter what you're going through. You got to give thanks, because the end is going to be a blessing. And a lot of people like to think that the blessing comes right here, right now. Sometimes the blessing and the life that he said, the promise he's going to give, does not yet to pertain to this life here on earth. Maybe it's what you're going to receive when you go up to heaven. Because he says, do not hold on to these treasures here on earth, because they're only temporary. And those who suffer greatly will be rewarded greatly in heaven. Why would he give you something that can be taken away? Why would he give you such a great blessing that could be stolen? But we want to get hurt, and we want to act like he's not blessing us and he's not paying us attention. And God, you put me through all these trials and you put me through these tribulations, but I haven't seen my blessing, and I don't know what you're trying to say. Well, it's building up your character to see what you're truly made of. And he knows what your character is. He knows what your heart is. He's allowing you to see what your heart is. He's allowing you to see who you truly are. Because he only wants the best. He's only taking the best with him. He says, be holy, be righteous, for I am holy and I am righteous. He's going to make sure that heaven, the earth that up there in heaven, that the new one he's building us, that he has the best of the best. And he's making sure you make the cut. He's correcting you. He's forming you to be the best of the best. So be thankful.